Center Stage Gospel Music live from Memphis, Tennessee, featuring gospel artists from around the world. Toe-tapping, hand-clapping, down-home gospel music. Watch on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, and your local Comcast. Download the SVP TV app now on your smart television and mobile device. Center Stage Gospel season premieres Sunday, 8 p.m. Central. Tune in to Talking Law with Attorney Daryl O'Neill and the special guest host, Attorney Jerome Payne. Live TV talk on your digital device, on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. Download the SVP TV app right now. Check us out every Tuesday on Comcast Cable, Channel 17, 8:30 p.m. And we are live every Friday on Facebook Live, 6 o'clock in the evening. You've got a question? Our attorneys have the answer. So let's talk law with Attorney Daryl O'Neill on the SVP TV network.
Welcome to Talking Law with Daryl O'Neill. I'm your host. I got my main man, Jerome, with
What's
me.
up, Daryl?
Man, I feel good. I got this bass in my voice. Man, I feel like a superstar.
And we got a new studio.
Got a new studio set.
Hey.
So, if you want to call in live to answer any questions that you have, you know, you can use Facebook Live.
Yes.
And the number will be on here in a minute. You can use
Apple TV.
Apple TV, YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube Live.
Yes.
Apple TV, Fire Stick, Roku, or the SVP TV network app.
Yes.
Any of those things, and you can ask questions right now.
Or just dial the number with your cell phone.
Just dial the number on your cell phone. Yeah.
Yes.
Just pick your cell phone up and make a call.
And call the number.
So we need to give our shout outs to, man, my son doing good in California, man. I may have to move to California,
But
man.
Daryl, they having some terrible weather though, man.
Man, I got family up there, dog. I don't care about the weather.
Snow, rain,
So,
fires.
smoke eater.
Yes.
Need to shout out to Little Rock.
Always.
Shout out to West Memphis, Arkansas. Shout out to Shelby County, Memphis, Tennessee. Shout out to Mississippi. And Mom, shout out to the great state of Missouri.
All right, Daryl.
Man, Jerome, we had a decent show last week, man.
I thought it was an awesome show.
You know, we got a lot of questions, and we were responding to those questions. And we had one question that we didn't finish.
Yeah, it was packed.
It was packed
So,
with...
so let's unpack it, Daryl, tonight.
It was packed with facts.
Yeah, let's unpack it tonight.
Let me make sure I got the right one. Okay, yeah. So, make sure I got the right one.
Is that the one about the?
Okay. So, is it possible to keep a vehicle
Okay.
that is not in your name,
Okay.
but you have been making all the payments and insurance? The person whose name it is in filed bankruptcy, and us keeping the car, and I can't refinance it until the amount is lower. I am in Tennessee, but the original owner is in another state.
Daryl, I love that question.
Man, this question is boogaloo.
But it's a great question, and I like this person who has asked the question,
Yeah.
because that person is trying to do the right thing, is what I hear there.
Okay.
Because she says let's just take it one at a time.
Okay.
Or what?
Yeah, because it says,
Okay, let's
is
try
it
that one.
possible to keep a vehicle that's not in your name?
The answer is yes, with qualifiers.
Yeah, and you know, well, let's play with the qualifiers.
Okay.
You know, because it is yes, but the qualifiers are monumental, Jerome.
I don't necessarily think so, Daryl, and the reason why is because she says that I have made all of the payments.
Yeah, but and so the reason why I say that,
Okay.
I think unless you have some type of written agreement to protect yourself, just because you're making payments doesn't entitle you to ownership.
Well, remember, Daryl, contractual law.
Contractual law.
Let's talk about contracts.
That's what I'm talking
All right,
about.
and contract law, there is what? An offer
Yeah.
and an acceptance.
Correct.
All right. And then there are the terms, which is what's missing at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Because you said unless you have something in writing. But remember, judges always can construe the terms of a contract by course of dealings.
Yeah.
You with me yet?
I don't disagree with you on that.
Okay, all right.
But so here's where I struggle with that is.
Okay.
So the reason why you're making the payments, and that's the reason why I'm saying there's got to be an ancillary or third party or a different type of agreement.
Okay.
Because the reason why you're making payments is the person that has the car is not the true owner. They're not true owner.
Wait a minute. The person has the car is the one making the payments.
No. This is what the person said.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, because that's yeah. Is it possible to keep a vehicle that's not in your name?
Okay.
So if it's not in your name, that means it's in somebody else's name. And if you're making it, but you've been making all the payments and insurance. So if you're making all the payments and insurance, that means that you're paying on a vehicle that's in somebody else's name
Right.
to a company, right?
Right.
To a company
Okay.
that there's an argument that that company is true owner.
Oh, well, the company is always the lien holder.
The company is the lien holder.
Okay.
And the person that you see, and that's the reason why I say you got to have this agreement with this person, because you're making payments, right?
Right.
For whatever reason. I mean, first off, we don't know why you're making payments.
Well, it sounds, and again, you're making payments because I'm using the vehicle as my personal vehicle, okay? That's why I'm making the payments. That's why I have the insurance coverage. I'm doing everything to show that it's my desire to fulfill the contract.
Yeah, but if that's your desire,
Right.
let's not be buffoonery or idiotic on it.
Okay.
And I know that's harsh words because
Okay.
you always say I'm too hard.
Right, right.
And the reason why I say that is it's not too hard. That's bad. It's not that hard to get something in writing to say that I am making these payments for you because I want to own the vehicle once the vehicle is paid off.
Well, that would be nice, but it's because the person doesn't live in town. That's why she's not able to get the agreement.
yeah.
And you're right, you can get it through email, you can get it by texting, and you can get it.
Yeah, you was getting ready to make me throw a rock at you now.
Through the mail.
Yeah,
Right.
Because there is this great thing we call a cell phone, and they use it for everything else. So I don't know why you wouldn't get you can look, a writing doesn't have to be anything formal.
I agree, but I agree with that.
You can put it on a matchbox, you
Right.
can put it on a piece of toilet paper.
and contracts are written on napkins
Man,
all
you
the
can
time.
do it anywhere you want to.
I agree, but I don't think it's necessary at this point.
I really do.
Well, to really have it like contractual agreement between lawyers have written up, that's fine. But most of our people are not sophisticated enough to do that. Most people are not sophisticated to do it.
You know, see, and this is why I get annoyed about it.
And you said because you're dumbing down the people.
You dumbing it down, and you hurting people.
Okay.
Because look, and here's why I say you dumbing
But you're
it down.
too far into it already. There,
Well,
she's made all the payments. Why go back to square one when I'm already near the end of paying the car off?
Now, we don't know that yet. Cause
Well, we do because she said I only need to get it down a little bit further so I can
refinance. Right.
She says that.
Well, she says she at the end. She says it's the amount that's owed is too high.
Right.
For me to qualify.
And
for
no matter
finance.
what, that's exactly right.
Yeah, so I think the note still got some numbers on it.
Right.
But here's the reason why I say that. There's nothing to stop true owner from saying the reason why I allowed you to make payments is because I was allowing you to drive the car. I never said that you're going to own the car.
I see where you're going.
This is just a rental agreement. I'm allowing you to rent this car for this period of time because I'm out of state.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, so as long as you make them payments on it, you can drive it. As long as you have an insurance, because you got to have insurance to drive in Tennessee, at least you're supposed to.
Right.
So as long as you're making payments on it, and as long as you can prove to me you have insurance, just like any other rental car, you can drive my car. Because you paying me.
Or leasing, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe leasing.
I don't even. Leasing maybe a little high.
Yeah, leasing is more.
Get closer to buying.
I got you.
Yeah.
But you're saying renting. I got you.
I'm allowing you.
Okay.
Because you can't drive no car for free.
I agree. I agree.
So I'm allowing you to rent my car at what my monthly mortgage payment, my monthly rental payment is.
I agree.
Or car payment is.
Okay.
So I'm allowing you to rent my car. And in order to rent my car, just like if you were driving a Hertz, Avis, or any of those things, in order to drive my car, my rental car,
Right.
you got to have insurance. So look, for me, again, I'm the loophole guy.
Right.
So if the guy who's true owner comes to me and say, hey man, I've been having so-and-so making my car payments, but they've been driving the car, but man, they want to keep the car at the end of this after they make all payments. Man, I never agreed to that. And I'm going to say, well, you ain't got to agree to it. If y'all didn't put it in writing, y'all don't have a meeting of the minds, she just renting that car from you, dog.
Okay, that's good. That's a good breakaway. We can break away now and try to get a little more understanding. What is the relationship between the parties?
Yeah.
Because that can help us define whether it's a rental agreement or is it a purchase.
Now here's where this entire fact pattern.
Okay.
Because we just spent a lot of time messing with this other stuff.
Right.
But here's where this entire fact pattern takes a turn for the disgusting.
Not necessarily. I think I know where you're going.
Well, not disgusting for you.
Right. Because I think I know where you're going.
Yeah. Because it says, the person whose name it is in is filing bankruptcy.
And you said what?
Disgusting.
I said not necessarily.
Right. And the reason why I says disgusting is because that vehicle has to be identified as an asset or a liability in the bankruptcy.
Well, it's a property of the estate.
It's a property of the estate.
That's right.
So the person that's filing bankruptcy does not have the authority to allow you to rent the vehicle. Because it's depending on whether you file. If you file in Chapter 13, right?
I'm thinking it's a 13, based on what's going on.
Because we don't really. But if you file in a Chapter 13, then inside that bankruptcy, the person that puts this car, because you got to put the car in there.
Right.
If that car goes inside that bankruptcy, it becomes a part of the estate.
That's right.
And then he's got to come up with a wage plan or a payment plan.
That's right.
And that payment plan is going to include any debts on that car.
That's right.
So that person now, by doing it and putting it in bankruptcy, has now yanked that car, any potential that you possibly had in that car has been yanked from you.
Not necessarily.
Well, help me out,
Not
bro.
necessarily.
Help me out.
Because now, instead of the person paying the car note to the lien holder as they've done previously, they will now just make the bankruptcy court payments.
Yeah, but and here's why this is why I'm.
Okay, that's right. That's right.
You are making a payment, the bankruptcy payment,
Right.
but you're never going to get ownership because what I have said by filing that in the bankruptcy estate, right, that this car is mine,
No, what has happened is,
and I want it to.
well, technically that's correct, but underneath the agreement is that for some reason or another, the person had to file the bankruptcy to protect the vehicle from probably being repossessed.
Yeah, and that's even more disgusting because I hate that that's the case because you've been making the payments. Obviously, you ain't been making the payments because you got to go into bankruptcy.
But
you behind.
Well, it depends. Now listen to this, Darryl.
Okay.
In the Western District of Tennessee, they force you to put vehicles. The person who's slightly complaining is that I've been making the payments all along, but now the person has filed bankruptcy. It could have been another reason the bankruptcy filed. It could have been a foreclosure. It could have been an eviction. It could have been a credit card. It could have been a garnishment. It could have been a 1,001 things.
But then, Jerome, that also says another thing to me.
Okay.
So what this person is saying to us is, I've been making all these payments and I've been paying on time.
Right.
And because he or she is filing bankruptcy in the Western District, they pulling the okie doke on me because they putting this car in there that goes into the bankruptcy estate, and then I'm not going to get the benefit of my bargain.
Well, you still will. You still will. All it's saying is that, remember, there's no choice but to put a car into a bankruptcy Chapter 13 case in the Western District of Tennessee because the Chapter 13 trustee wants to handle as much money as they can because that increases their percentage that they can charge. The trustee gets 8%
Yeah,
of
yeah.
every dollar or so that they
Yeah.
handle.
Unfortunately,
Now, that's a chapter 13. Again, the person didn't file because the car was about to repossess.
Right.
The person didn't file because the payments were not being made. They filed because their check was getting garnished, or they were about to be evicted, or about to be a foreclosure. All right? That's a 13 scenario. But I'm going to call them a good faith purchaser. The bona fide purchaser is doing exactly what they need to do. But they're concerned, they're indicating that this might be uncomfortable, which is why they're seeking the advice. Right?
Yeah, but hold on a second.
Okay. Bless you.
See, I'm not certain that they are a bona fide purchaser.
Well, we just use it. We got to name. We got to name it something in order to be able for us to talk.
Because okay. Because but that brings a whole
good faith purchaser.
I like that. A good faith purchaser.
Okay.
And the real question is, and see, that's the reason why we have all these landmines.
Okay.
Because I don't know what this person is.
I don't think unfortunately. I tell you again, comes to me, I'm going to make it smooth sailing.
See, you know what? It's funny you said that. If this person came to me.
Right. That would be a whole different outcome, wouldn't it?
If this person came to me.
Which one?
The person who is making a payment.
Okay.
And, and driving a car.
Okay.
I'm going to make it smooth sailing because I'm going to say, you need to send a text to say, hey, I'm still making the payments. I'm still making insurance on it. I'm sure this is going to be done in the next couple of months, or in the next year or next 2 years.
Okay.
I'm still going to be the owner of the vehicle when I finish paying.
Well, I think that's probably the cleanest way is to get an affidavit, get it notarized, and say this is our agreement.
Right.
I think that is the cleanest way.
Yeah, because if not,
I think you're right.
Because if not, true owner can come to me.
I don't deny that.
And true owner can come to me and say, man, girl been paying on my car, dude been paying on my car for the last year and a half, but I never told them they can have that car. So, I want to get my car back. And, what do I need to do? And I'm like, yo, go get your car, dog.
I would reject that case.
I probably would too, because it ain't gonna pay me enough.
No, not for that reason.
Yeah.
I would reject the case because this person does not have clean hands. This person is trying to game
no doubt.
the system. So I would reject that case, and I would admonish them that I believe the judge would probably hold you, would rule against you in this situation. I would never present this kind of case to a court. Would you?
I would not.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean, but I'm just saying, if I had that case,
Okay.
I can make that case a winner for true owner.
No, I don't think you're going to win.
Because
that's me and you now battling it out in court.
We're going to tee this thing up, dog. We're going to have to do the thing, man.
You're not going to win this case because how do you convince a judge to snatch a car away from a person who's doing everything they needed to do?
Your Honor, all I did is I'm out of state. I told that person didn't have a vehicle. This vehicle I couldn't drive where I was at. I told this person, if you want to drive this vehicle, you make the payments and get insurance. Okay. But it's my vehicle, and I want my vehicle when I come back.
Okay, so
that's how I'm gonna get around.
But we don't have an agreement still.
That's why it's mine.
So my explanation of the terms is just as valid as yours. But it depends on who the judge believes.
And here's the reason why I win that.
All right, because you are the legal owner.
I'm true owner.
Okay.
The reason why I win that, for number one, is I'm true owner. But the second reason why I win that is the statute of frauds. It requires anything over a period of a year to be in writing.
But that's both sides.
I know. And I have the title.
That's all you have. You don't have the facts. The facts don't work in your favor.
I have true title, which means I'm true owner. I mean, because, dude, I'm going to win a case like that. I mean, because when I'm true owner.
I just don't believe that the
true owner always becomes true owner.
I don't believe the court will rule in your favor.
Okay.
I'd take that in a minute, in a heartbeat.
you can't, and there's a term where you can gain things even if there's true owner. And that thing is called adverse possession. But adverse possession applies to land and not vehicles.
Right.
So, because in order to have something adversely possessed, you have to hold it for a period of time. You're not going to hold a car for 7 years.
So you're going to get your client up to get on the stand and lie.
I'm not going to tell a client a lie.
But that's what they would be doing.
No. What the client
Because
is going to say, we
I believe-
never had an agreement.
So they never had a meeting of minds.
Exactly.
So then everybody goes back to where they were.
Exactly where they were.
All right, then. So you put them back in the same position.
Put 'em back in the
so
same position.
all her money comes back.
You can't drive my car for free.
Well, whatever it took to get to this point, then.
Yeah. So if you've been driving for 6 months, you should have been paying for 6 months.
And I paid.
Yeah. Okay. And I want my car.
So everybody go back to their corners
Yeah.
then.
And then I still get the car.
Okay. All right. So,
And you still made my payments.
I think it's a 50-50 because then I can appeal and I can go to the second floor and get a jury.
Oh.
And then look, you got to convince all of them that you're right. I only have to convince one that you're wrong. Can I get a jury on that case?
You can get a jury, but you know what I'm going to get on this case?
What's that?
Summary judgment. Because I'm going to say you don't have a contract.
Okay.
And Your Honor,
But remember,
the 4 counters of the contract is where we here.
we don't have a contract.
Exactly. The only person that has a contract is me with the financing company. The only person that has a contract with the dealership is me because I got true title.
Okay. What's the relationship between these two?
Man,
Do we know by the question?
We don't know by the question.
Okay.
By the question, we do not know who they are.
But
the relationship.
But this person says, okay, then again, Adara, and I think she has told us that there is an agreement that she would be the owner because, and I'm saying she,
yeah,
it could very well be a he.
right.
But they said that I need to get it down a little bit more so I can get it refinanced.
Now there.
So we see it all the time too. When
Now that's where the things change.
Yes.
Because if you know, because the issue and here's what Jerome has been alluded to, but he's refused to say the words, and that is assumption of the debt, assumption of the vehicle. I think it's still a 50-50, and I think true owner really got a leg up.
But I also can see where he says, look, I'm still saying that you're gonna have to get this car out of my name.
Exactly.
Exactly. And you got a certain period of time to get it done.
Right.
And if you're not able to get the car refinanced, then I want my car back.
Exactly.
I think I see that in there too.
And that's what I'm on. See, now that's the argument I'll probably, I told her they can have a car.
Right.
But they need to get out of my
she could never get it refinanced.
She could never get it refinanced.
Right.
And I'm still responsible.
And she's hurting my credit because she's missing payments, she's slow. Now I think that goes against my client because I want her as my client. And I think that if she's not making payments on time, if the insurance lapsed a couple of times, I think there's an argument in your favor to snatch it back.
Yeah.
But it looks to me like there was an agreement that said that you're going to have to take the payments over on this car and you're going to have to get it refinanced in your name within a period of time because I'm trying to buy another car and I can't have 2 cars in my name.
Exactly.
I think I see that.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I mean, if we're in a scenario where, the car, the car is still in my name and it's hindering my credit.
Right, it's messing my credit up because you're missing payments.
Yeah.
And I think you can snatch. I think you can go and repossess it.
But the thing about it is, if this person, and this is where you and I would probably agree, if the person who has been making the payments has been making these payments for a year or 2 years, and the thing was only for a 3-year or 4-year, and they'd have made 50% of the payments, I think some judge is gonna have some issues.
That's a good point.
And again, but you don't want to file that case in general sessions, number one, and you don't want to file that case in circuit.
You want to go to Chancery
You want to go to chance.
for a court of equity.
Go to court of
That's,
equity.
that's a good point, David.
You know, and we always say equity follows the law.
Yeah, we didn't think about that, but you're right.
But when you start talking about, you know, you can start making some assumptions of risk, assumption of debt,
and
assumption
right
of
and wrong, what's right and wrong.
Right and wrong.
So
I mean, there are some things that you could do
Chancery where you
in
go.
Chancery Court.
Yeah.
Because I don't think this case gets to a jury. Because I think that there's an argument for summary judgment in this case. Because I'm true owner. You know, and, you know, you can't overcome the writing. Yeah, I'm true owner. And I know you're going to say, you know, Daryl, you know, under the statute of frauds, the defense to the statute of frauds is partial performance or some type of performance. And this person's been performing, therefore they're overcoming the statute of frauds. But I'm true owner. And that's going to be my big fight. I'm true owner.
You're going to hang your hat there and stay there, huh?
Your Honor, I got the real title.
Got you.
I got real title. You know, I mean, you know, regardless of what I let them do, regardless of how many times I let them drive her, I'm true owner. And I think, you know, it's like the Red Fox case in the law school. You know, the Fox. Y'all did the Fox case?
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, we did the Fox.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Look, Darryl, you went to law school a little bit later.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Look, I told you that question had a lot of stuff in it, you know. And you see where all these variables go when you're dealing with lawyers and, you know. And all you got to do is get this in writing, and you really would have minimized your protection. You would have really protected
No
yourself.
question about it. Kind of like a divorce. Like what you said, when you get married, you ought to be thinking about divorce.
I didn't say
So-
that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You're going to make me say
your
that.
best days are when you are in love. And but
Any agreements need to be made
But
on the
what
front end.
happens if you fall out of love?
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Now,
Really imagine hosting your next event at the all-new SVP Banquet and Event Center? Yes, spacious, beautiful venue with plenty of parking, located in the heart of East Memphis. Let us host your next intimate birthday gathering, family repast, bachelorette party, wedding and reception, baby shower, corporate meeting, social club event. Call us today. Don't wait. 901-244-6874. The all-new SVP Banquet and Event Center.
SVP, SVP.